Yeah, hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to Krushi School again. So this is sixth standard science. As we have started our lesson number 16, living and non-living things. So we'll continue our chapter. I hope everyone has followed the video till the end, and some of you have done homework also. After the school reopen, I'll check your homework. So, like yesterday, we have learned about the characteristics of the living things. So, what were the characteristics of the living things, children? Like we have studied about the growth. Is it not table number 1? I have given you homework, right? Growth, movement, taking food, breathing, getting rid of waste, respond to heat, respond to touch, respond to light, and giving birth to young ones. Is it not? So all this we have learned. Now when you fill up this table number 2, you can answer the following questions. So what is the table number 2? Sorry, table number 1, about the characteristics in plants and in human beings and in animals and in rocks. Now, do plants and animals possess the same characteristics as you do? Do plants and animals also having same characteristics as you? As you in the sense as human beings. మనలాగే ప్లాంట్స్కి యానిమల్స్ కూడా సేమ్ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ ఉన్నాయా? ఎగ్జాంపుల్ గ్రోత్ ఫస్ట్ వన్. ఎస్, గ్రోత్ ఈజ్ కామన్ ఇన్ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్స్, యానిమల్స్ అండ్ plants. Is it not? Next, movement is also common, but whereas it is different in plants. Animals move from one place to other like us, but plants does not move from one place to other like us, but still there is a movement which is not same as in human beings. Taking food is also different in plants. In animals also their way of taking the food is different when compared to human beings. So like this, all the characteristics are not same in plants, you and animals. And in which way do the characteristic of plants differ from you from other animals? In which way? Like taking food, that is a type of character that is different when you compare with human beings and animals. Is it not? Animals will hunt other animals. They use movement of legs and hands to take the food, and we people, we are totally different in taking food. We are having our own way. So in this way, the characteristics of plants differ from us. Now, what characteristics are same in plants and animals? Growth is same. That means they both have growth. They both take respiration. Breathing is same. Respond to heat, respond to touch, getting rid of waste is same. And giving birth to young ones is not same. Some animals will give birth to young ones, no? But whereas plants does not give birth to young ones. Now, do you agree that you are the same as other animals? And like we know now that we have come from the ape. Ape is what? It's an animal. So we are similar to the animal. Most of the characters like growth, giving birth to babies, breathing, taking food, movement, getting rid of waste, all these are same in animals as well as human beings. Human being is also an animal. Is it not? Next, what characteristics do you observe in rocks? Rocks, no characteristics. They does not move, they does not breathe, they can't get rid of waste, like they cannot give birth to young ones. Okay, now the things around us that possess a characteristic listed above are known as living things. Now in table number 1, all the characteristics we have put tick mark, no? Growth, movement, taking food, breathing, getting rid, respond to it, giving birth to young one. Suppose anyone is possessing all these 9 characters, then you can say that it as a living thing. Okay. Next, those which do not possess these characteristics are known as non-living things. Yes. Now rocks are their example. They does not possess all these 9 characteristics. So you can say rock as a non-living thing. Some of the characteristics are common in all living things. When I am reading the textbook, you have to keep the finger there and you have to You have to underline the hard words and you have to listen the pronunciation characteristic. How am I pronouncing the each one? So some of the characteristics are common in all living things. Can we say all characteristics listed in activity 2 apply to all the living beings? No. Now suppose giving birth to baby is there. It is a characteristic of living thing. Still, it is not related to the plants. Plants are living things. But this character does not possessed by plants, no? Plants is not having this character. Giving birth to young ones. Directly they does not give birth to young ones. First they'll produce seeds. From the seeds the baby plant will come out. That means it is not having the characteristic like animals and human beings giving birth to young ones. So you cannot say that it is not it is a non-living thing. Still it is a living thing, but it is not possessing all the 9 characters. Okay, only some characters it is possessing, like movement, giving birth to young one, like this, and getting rid of waste is also a different character that it is not possessing. Okay. Next, you know that plants are also living beings like us. Yes, plants are also living things like us. Plants grow like we do, but do they move all like us? Plants will grow like us, but they move like us? No, they does not move like us. Next, it is essential for a living thing to have all these properties, or could a thing be considered living if it has some of these properties? Is it essential for a living things to have all these properties? Living things ki all 9 characters undala. Is it necessary? Or could a thing be considered living if it has some of these properties? Otherwise, only if they have some characteristics among these 9, then will it be a living thing or not? Let's take a closer look all the characteristics of living things. First, we'll take about the movement. Movement is the characteristic of living things, right? So, movements of living things. Movement in living things. How do the following living beings go from one place to other? Observe the following table discussing groups and write the way the organisms move. Table number 2, page number 166. Okay, table number 2 you can see in the textbook, right? Living organisms, means of motions. What is there in the table number 2? Living organism, means of motion. Myself, that is human beings. So, here what is the means of motion for human beings? Myself. We run, walk, jump, is it not? Next, housefly. Does it walk? Does it run? What does it do? It will fly. Grasshopper fly. Frog, it jumps. Snake crawls. Birds fly. Fish swims. Plant does not move. So these are the different types of movements that are present in the housefly, grasshopper, frog, snakes, birds, fish, plant. But what are all these? Like housefly, grasshopper, snake, these are all living organisms. They are not non-living things. They are a living thing, that is living organism. But the movement is different, right? But the movement is different. They does not have the same movement. Do you have more examples of different kinds of movements in animals? List them in your notebook. We see that plants don't move like us. Should we consider them as living beings? Yes, we know that plants are not moving like us. They are not walking, they are not running. Then still, can you say it is a living being? Yes, even though it is not walking like us, it is not running like us, you can say that it is as a living. There are some movements in plants, for example, closing and opening of flowers. Discuss in groups, list out the movements in plants, track your discussions in your notebooks. Yes, we said that plants does not move like that, but still it is having movement like closing of flowers, opening of flowers. But some flowers during the daytime when the sun is there, then they will open, and during the night time when the sun sets, they will close. Isn't some hibiscus is also like this, no? Next, we say that plants don't move, but we find plants of the same times in different location. How is this possible? Yes, now I said that plants will not move from one place to other. But still, when you go to some other place, you can see the mango trees. When you come back to home, here also you can see the same mango plants. That means same type of plants are found in different places. Then when they are not able to move, how is it possible? How is it possible, ma? When we cannot see the same type, when they cannot walk, then how can we see the same type of plants? Other than plantation by human beings, there are many natural ways of seed dispersion. The seeds grow into plants and we feel that plants have moved from one place to another. So other than plantation, like human beings, మనం చెట్లు నాటుతాం కదా, then plantation అంటాం. So what we do, we will plant the trees. Then you can see this, here we have planted a mango tree. Then in other colony also we have planted. Then you can see the same type of plants. Is it not? But other than that, only humans are doing this? No. In other way, it is called as seed dispersal. Seeds from this area may be carried out through wind or through water or through birds to some other area. There again, when a seed gets proper right amount of air, water and all, then it will grow into a plant and then it will grow into a tree. Then you can see the same type of plants. So not only human beings, other wind seed dispersal is taking place. Can you list these natural ways of seed dispersal? We'll learn more about in the next class. Now, food and living beings. Seed dispersal means carrying away the seed from one place to other. It may be through the wind, it may be through the other animals, it may be through the water. Is it not? During floods, what happened? Number of trees will be collapsed, right? Destroyed. And suppose the seeds are there, same seeds will be carried out during the floods from one location to the other location. Then again after the floods, where the seeds are left, from there again the baby plant will come out. That means that plant has not come here, only the seed has dispersed. Now food and living beings. Till now we have learned about the movement. Okay. Now we are going to learn about the food characteristics. We have seen in the chapters on food that we will, as other animals, need food for smooth functioning of different activities. Why do we need food? Why do we means why the living things need food? Why? Because for the smooth running of the functioning of different activities. Now we are able to walk, we are able to run, we are able to read, we are able to sit, we are all these activities we are doing, right? So how are these activities being done? With the help of the intake of food. When you don't take proper food, when you don't take the proper food, what happens? You cannot do all these activities. So food is important for us to perform different activities. So do plants also need food like us? Manalage plants kuda food avasarama? Yes, in the chapter plants, parts and functions, we have seen that some of the parts like roots, stem and fruit store food. Yes, in some plants, roots store the food. In some plants, stems store the food. In some plants, fruit stores the food. What are the sources of their food? Most of the plants observe what are the sources of their food. Yes, plants they store in different parts and they are the source. Most of the plants absorb water and minerals from the soil and prepare this food in the presence of sunlight. The source in the sense for the plants is soil itself. Is it not? So, most of the plants, what do they? They absorb water and minerals from the soil and prepare their food in the presence of sunlight. If they are having the water and minerals, that is not enough. They should get the proper sunlight also. The leaf is the place where the food is prepared. Where the food is prepared in the plant? In leaf. Leaf is the place where the food is prepared. Okay. This is called as photosynthesis. The preparation of food by the plant itself in the presence of sunlight, air and water and soil. Then this overall process is called as photosynthesis. Do you know, they have given a do you know box here. Some plants cannot prepare their own food. So what do? They depend on the other plants. కొన్ని plants సొంతంగా తన food ని తను తయారు చేసుకోలేవు. Then they'll get food from the other plants for the nutrition. These plants are called as parasitic plants. The one who depends for food on other plants are called as parasitic plants. Example, cascata. What this do? It is like a creeper. They will creep on other plants which is very well and good. Then they creep on other plants and they will be taking the food. So they are called as the parasitic plants. We also prepare food. Is our food preparation process the same as the plants? No, the method of preparing the food is different when compared to the plants. Next, today we have learned about the movements in living beings and food. So movement and food both are the two characteristics that we have learned so far. Tomorrow we are going to learn about the growth in living being. Okay, today's homework is write keywords from the textbook, page number 175. Living things, non-living things, growth, it is there no in your textbook. Your textbook keywords are like this. Yes, page number 175. Living things, non-living things, growth, breathing, excretion, response, stimulus, movement, microorganisms, microscope. Learn and write these hard words one time, children. This is all for today's class. Please go through the textbook once and twice. Fill up the table number 1 and table number 2 if at all you have not finished. Table number 2 also you have to finish, children. Just now I told you the answers also. Is it not? I have told you the answers no, for table number 2. Means of movement, that is motion in the plant, like myself, housefly, grasshopper, frog, snake, birds, fish and plant. We'll walk or run, what do we do? That all you have to fill up. What does the snake do? What does the bird do? What does the fish do? Is it clear, everyone? I hope you have understood. So far we have finished this movement and 2 characters only we have finished. Remaining will be continued tomorrow. So what is your homework? Fill up table number 1 and 2 as well as keywords from this lesson. Textbook venakala unna keywords learn and write one time in the rough notebook. After school opening I will be definitely checking it. Thank you, children.